Hello, guys. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to another episode of the Otumba Adams Show. And this is the 90th episode of the show. And my name remains Adams Olofimiolajide, and you are welcome, especially. How is your day going? For those of you that went for an Owambe or probably are still at an Owambe, how is the whole event going? Anyway, as I said earlier, this is the 90th episode, and on today's episode, we'll be looking at the necessary components of every business. But before I dive right in, what is the show about? If this is your first time of coming around, we talk about business, entrepreneurship, and freelancing, and also how to develop yourself in every area possible. And if you would like to introduce yourself, please put your name and location in the comment section, and I'll welcome you especially. All right. So, as I said earlier, this is the 90th episode, and we are looking at the necessary components of every business. Now, in today's episode, some of the things I'll probably be saying are things that you know already. All right. But these components work hand in hand. And for you to have a successful business, you need to have these components in your business, or you should put them into what's the English word now? I can't. It's not coming to my head right now. But anyway, you need these 5 components for you to run a successful business. All right. So if you're just coming into business, or you've already been doing business, but you haven't taken into cognizance certain factors that you actually need, well, on this episode, you get to learn what they are. All right. So I can see someone on the comment section. We have Motila Day. Good evening, Ma. Welcome to the show today. It's been a while. It's actually been a while. I saw you on the show. Thank you for being a part of the show today. All right. So, as I said, we're looking at different factors or components or parts of a business. All right. So the first part is value creation. All right. Now, the essence of you being in business is that you're trying to solve someone else's problem. All right. You realize that there's a problem somewhere, and you know that you have the solution to that problem, or you can create a solution to that problem. That is why you entered into business in the first place. Now, in solving someone else's problem, you are doing what? You are creating value. All right. In solving someone else's problem, you're creating value. And where there is value, money comes, or money runs after it. All right. So that's the first phase, creating value. It's basically like, okay, you knowing what the problem is. People have a particular problem. Say, for instance, you realized that there's no meat seller in your neighborhood, and you have to go a very long distance, right, to buy it. And you thought to yourself that, like, okay, rather than having to spend so much in buying that meat, why don't I just buy in bulk and then start selling in my neighborhood? Probably I have a deep freezer somewhere that I can actually start selling. Now, you are trying to alleviate the issue that the people within the neighborhood have, that they would have to go somewhere far to buy that meat. All right. You are helping solve that problem and bringing the thing back home. That way, more people would patronize you, and they would also cut costs. You've already solved a particular problem. That is giving value. And then in exchange, people would pay you for the service that you are doing. All right. So that's the first part, value creation. Moving on to number 2, we have marketing. Marketing basically is different ways you use in attracting customers to your business. All right. I always say this thing to anybody that cares to listen, that you cannot say you are in business and you do not try to work on your marketing. All right. You cannot just have a business and you don't have different methods in which you reach out to potential clients and let them know what your business is about. Marketing is very, very key. And I say most times that marketing is king. All right. Because without marketing, it's basically like your business has no heartbeat. All right. If you want your business to live, you need to market. And how do you market your business? You can market through word of mouth. You can tell people that hey, I have started this business. I just if you're interested in using my service, right? This is the business I do. Or you could create flyers, brochures, um, social media posts, run paid adverts, any form of advertisement that people would be able to see your product and know more about your product is marketing. And you need to always focus on that. You need to consistently market your product, because if you do not market, then your business is going nowhere. The big companies like Google, Facebook, Coca-Cola, in Nigeria, we have Globalcom, MTN. These companies still market their brands because somehow, somehow they feel that like younger generations are coming in and they need to know about them, because if they should cease marketing their business and they feel that like, hey, everybody already knows about us. We are a known brand all over the world. It will get to a point that like a generation would not know about your products, because it is the older generation that you have marketed to that have seen your product long enough to be able to purchase your product that would know that brand. But if you stop marketing, the newer people coming in would not know anything about your business. It's just the same way as okay, there's this particular powder while growing up that I knew so well. I don't know if some of you guys here in Nigeria know Tony Montana um, powder, right? Now, if you tell a younger person that, like, do you know what Tony Montana is? Like, if you tell a 13-year-old, they most likely will say no, because I think the company has stopped marketing. All right. There used to be a time that, like, a product like Lux, right? Lux soap used to advertise regularly. But these days, I rarely see the advertisements on TV or in any outlet. Does it say that like they are still not in the market? They are still in the market, but people are probably not using their product as much because they don't really market as they used to. All right. So marketing is very, very important, and you need to market your product. Moving on to number three, we have sales. Now, sales is the next part. Now, you've marketed your product to people, you've told people about your product, what your business is about, right? Now, sales is basically converting those people that like you've shown your product to paying customers. All right. You need to make sales. People need to believe in your product enough to be able to drop their money for it. Because if nobody is dropping their money for your product, then it means that like your product is not solving a particular problem. And you really do need your product rather to solve a problem. All right. So that is where sales is another key aspect of a business that you need to put into consideration. All right. So that's number three on the list. We have sales. And then moving on to number four, we have value delivery. Now, once the customer have paid for your service, it is now left to you to deliver such service. There are times that like the delivery date or the delivery time may take a while, right? And there are other times that like you can easily deliver immediately. But you have to, after you've been paid, you have to deliver what those people have paid for. You promised them something, then you should deliver that particular thing that you have actually promised them. And in doing that, you have to be sure that like you are giving them excellent delivery, right? You are making them feel on top of the world, and you are making them feel special as you are delivering that product. You don't make them feel as if, well, it's because I am the only person available to do this thing. That is why you should patronize me. No, right? Treat them like kings, treat them like VVIP, and you would be shocked how those people will most likely be the ones to even sing about your praises. All right, even market your product for you on the long run, and then like you get referrals through them. All right, so that's the fourth part on the number, and then finally we have finance. We have finance. All right, now why do you need finance? You need money for the business, right? You need enough money to be able to run the business. You need enough money to be able to like get your own what's the word, get your own profits of it. You need to pay yourself as a staff of your own business, and that is where finance comes in. Finance is literally like the bloodline of the business. Money has to flow consistently. All right, money has to flow, because at a point you may probably want to expand, and in expanding, you need what? You need money. And that is the finance part of it. So if people are not patronizing you, if people are not paying, then you would most likely not be able to have the finance to run the business properly. Finance basically is like the what's the word now? The oil, yeah, the oil in the engine. Because without the oil, the the engine would not run smoothly. All right. So you need the money to keep the business alive. All right. So these are the five components of any business that you might, so of every business rather. So I'm going to take them over again. All right. Number one on the list is value creation. Number two is marketing. Number three is sales. Number four is value delivery. And number five is finance. I want to believe that, like, if you have these five components before you start a business, or if you haven't taken into consideration any of the points I have listed out, please do so that your business would thrive and it would boom properly. All right. I hope you guys have been able to learn something today. I know today is weekend and a lot of you guys are out there having fun. All right. So for those of you that will still be coming around later on, please do so. Please like this video, right? Like this video, and also share with your friends on any of the social media platforms, right? On your status, on your posts, share this video with them and let them learn something. So I have come to the end of today's episode. This is the 90th episode. And as I said earlier, we'll be going to the 100th episode this year. My name remains Adam Solofimilajide, and it's been a pleasure being here again. See you again next week, and be the best version God has created you to be. Signing out, guys.